What's like your daily routines like these days?
From like when I get up in the morning.
Yeah.
First thing I do when I get up in the morning is work steps 1, 2, and 3.
1, 2, and 3.
Straight out the gate.
Straight out the gate. What's steps 1, 2, and 3?
That I'm powerless over well, it's not so much alcohol or drugs, but it's the thoughts in my mind.
Yeah.
And that, my life is unmanageable when managed by me. And so I have a process. And if I don't do it, it's going to be a rough day.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be a rough day. And so, and usually I'll start straight out the gate, because with alcoholism or untreated alcoholism, what a lot of people don't know is that it's a mind-powered disease, which means there could be like vultures sitting on your bedpost waiting for you to wake up. And I'm not the only one that has it, but it's just more repetitive. It's like a repetitive mind function with alcoholics, and you're not going to do it. You got too much shit to do. Why bother getting up? And it's like a homeless dude yelling at you.
Yeah.
And it's and like they say, the call is coming from within, from inside the house.
Yeah.
And but I'm going on my 14th year of sobriety, so it's not like you eventually get some emotional maturity, like, oh shit, I've been here before. This isn't real.
Mm-hmm.
And so, moving into step 2, God can restore, came to believe that a power greater than yourself can restore you to sanity. The way I do that is do some sane things, whether it's some, real world things like exercise, or I'll go juice.
Yeah.
Things that God is good, He's real, and He's involved in everyday sane activities. And if I go from 1 to 3, I'll be praying with a sick mind. And so then I do prayer, meditation after that. Reach out to a bunch of different alcoholics. I also do a lot of Judaism, Jewish, morning prayers. You know what tefillin is or anything like that?
No. Yeah.
This is going to be a long conversation.
Oh, feel free to share anything you want. Yeah.
All right. I'll just show you a picture of my broken phone. It's easier to...
Wow.
That doesn't translate very well.
That's okay. But I'm glad you said this, because
I had to show him, because then I can explain. Ooh, it is not going to be good.
Not going to be good? Why is
Well,
this?
his phone's cracked.
No, I got it.
Matt cracked his phone on the way here.
It's all good. Okay, here we go.
But yeah, I'm glad you said all those 3 steps, because fuck, I have those all the time, Okay. What is that? It's a picture of a soldier. Is that a soldier?
Yeah, it's isn't really silly. So
I've seen it.
So you see these little boxes. There's one on your head and one on the inside. You put it on your weak arm.
Yeah.
Okay. And there's these leather straps, and inside these are called phylacteries, and they're actually made out of leather.
Okay.
And so there's like scrolls that are written specifically with all the different commandments. 4 basic commandments, and then you put one on your head, and you put one that's close to your heart, and it kind of so it basically connects your heart and your mind and your hands with God. And so I go through there's a whole thing. I could spend hours doing it if I wanted to. I do an abbreviated version.
Yeah.
And then, so all this takes like 3 hours every day.
And you wake up at 7.
Yeah,
Around there.
So, and then I'm ready to go to work. and then I'm ready.
Yeah.
Then I'm ready to go to work, and I'll usually start it, depending what day it is, and start in Hillsdale, and I'm making deliveries with my pickup truck, bringing pastrami over to various locations, and so I try to, that also helps me see the other locations when I'm, delivering and relaying messages and stuff like that, and talking to Mikey every day that he's working, and Luciano with the days that he's working, and we just try to communicate and try to, on good days, there's no big fires to put out, and we can just play restaurant. Those days it actually feels like there's nothing to do because we're fully staffed, and I don't really have a position. We're there to help, we're there to support. But if we decided to just leave, the restaurants would run fine. Our job is to make sure everybody can play restaurant, which these days means paying the bills. Most of all.
Wow. So like you were talking about the trauma, right, of being in your reptilian mind the past 2 years. I think that's, man, would you say that's pretty much, I feel like it's everybody, mostly.
Yeah.
But I mean, some more intense than others, of course, right? But yeah, I mean,
it's got to be addressed. It's got to be addressed. I mean, it's real. It's real. It's like, am I going to have a job? Are we not going to have a job? Am I going to lose my house? It's still going through my mind.
Yeah.
We're not out of the woods yet. We're not out of the woods yet. There's no guarantees. But all we can focus on is what we do best.
Yeah.
And that's the ship. That's the Titanic that we're going down on. It's like, I'm not going to do backflips and try to do stuff that we don't do.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I think it's important to acknowledge that, especially to acknowledge that what is it? You said something really cool. It was like, the more I try to control my life, or it was just realizing that you don't have control as much as you think you do. Acknowledging that first and foremost, right?
Yeah, no, that my life managed by me is not always the best.
Yeah.
And I'm always trying, like, waking up, and I'll have a script of how I want the day to go, and my mind writes it all by itself. I want the day like this, and this, and this, and then when it starts to go off script, that's called frustration. But a prayer would be, God, remove from me my script. Give me what your script is, right?
Yeah.
And let him take care of these things.
Wow.
The more that I do recovery, the better the businesses go. That's a fact.
Yeah.
That's a fact. Have me not do recovery, we'll see they'll all three be burned to the ground in a year. In sobriety.
Have you met any other restaurant owners that are in, active recovery? Because it's not kind to people that are in recovery, right?
You can't really say who they are.
Yeah, you can't say who they are, but
yes.
Yeah, you do. Okay.
Yes, but only one. Only one.
How many years have they been able
He's
to-
got decades.
Decades. Yeah.
He's got decades, and I don't think he's actually got a restaurant anymore.
Well, you also know people who are connected to owning restaurants.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Wow. Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, I'm glad to hear that you're still clean, especially the past couple of years where it made alcoholics out of a lot of people.
There was plenty of newcomers coming in. There was plenty of people in 2020 and 2021 where Zoom was their first meeting.
Oh, shit. Wow.
A lot of newcomers.
Wow. Do you guys still see a lot of the same people? Like, let's say, I guess, San Carlos.
Yeah.
You still see a lot of the same
Customers,
yeah. Wow.
Yeah, they're still there. We got some good loyal customers.
Yeah.
We got some good ones.
And then how much have you guys felt the surge in food prices because of gas?
It's making it really hard to
Yeah.
be creative and
Yeah.
just sustaining what we're doing.
Yeah, but most of that has been in the last year. So we've had like a decade's worth of price hikes in all categories.
Right.
These things usually take 10 years to do, and you know, like literally we're thinking about we have to keep an eye on it every single week, and we've raised prices more times than I'm losing track.
Yeah.
I'm losing track, but it's I always say it's expensive, but it's not overpriced. I can tell you that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Not at all. I mean, the grocery stores used to be the better deal, and I'm not so sure they are anymore.
Wow.
Dude, you feel it. You know, you've been shopping. Go buy anything.
Dude,
Yeah.
to make a dinner for my family, it costs more than making dinner for 20 for
Dude, you're
our
very-
customers.
I've been